Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of M&M Sports. I'm Brett McNamara. Alongside me is Killian McNulty. He's going with the straight face this time, but back for episode number 4 here on the channel. It's been, we've had our instances of bad, stuff going on.
Every damn time.
Every damn time, pretty much. But we're here back. Hopefully, this one's a-okay. But we're here for some more NBA news that's been going around the league, I guess. But yeah, it's been an interesting offseason. A lot of big moves, including Giannis, obviously, and then LeBron James now finally signed somewhere. And then on top of that, we're going to be talking about some award predictions and then some NBA hot takes. So, Killian, with that, I guess I'm just going to ask you first. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing better than this damn table is moving a whole lot.
Bro,
I don't know.
I think you lost like the little like moving pads
that goes on the I know what you
or like
mean.
at least two of them had it, so you're just kind of like
and it would be the two like kitty corner of each other, right? So
I think we should just get those moving desks that are on wheels and we could just move. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, yeah.
Let's just do that, like the standing ones where you're just kind of standing.
Yeah, that's how. Well, it doesn't move, but Paula runs that at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has like the like elevates.
Oh,
up,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it's got a fancy name, but
I've seen principals on TikTok just walking around like knocking on doors with their little
table. Desk.
Yeah,
that's funny. That seems nuts though, like just a little much.
Yeah.
Personally,
I think
you don't need to be doing all that.
No, I like the principals that just stay in their office. And, anyways, yeah. With that, let's get into it, Killian. If you want to take it away.
Sure. Opening up weekly headlines. We have a few, but there's really only one that anybody gives a damn about, and that would be LeBron James signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. Brett, do you think this is the best starting five in the East?
Yes, has to be.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, obviously it's led by LeBron at the one. Apparently that's what's happening. But LeBron, Maxey, Brown, Edgecombe, Embiid. Like, I mean, if Edgecombe plays as good, because I know we've seen sophomore slumps in the past, I honestly think that there should be no reason the 76ers can't compete for a number one seed in the East. So
yeah, I agree. I think I would put it at 2 behind New York just because they just won.
Exactly.
But I'm like, and I don't doubt Philly can win, and my mind will change this season. But on paper, they definitely are the one. I think, crazy addition to Philly's off season. It doesn't get much more impressive than that.
Exactly.
LeBron, so.
Well, no, I think what it was is that nobody was expecting LeBron. I mean, yeah, he was up there with, or I'd say the 76ers are up there with the top 4 teams that are expected to get him. But I felt like towards the end of it, it was more LeBron's going to go to the Warriors or he's going to go back to the Heat or Cleveland. And those are just kind of flip-flopping, it felt like, the last couple of weeks. And then, what time did that come out? I was at work at like...
It was like 10 in the morning.
Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, LeBron's going to the freaking Sixers. So,
yeah, I was I was dealing with someone at the counter at work, and then I looked down on my phone. I think you texted me. I had 2 group chats text me, and then I had the little Instagram like thing in the notification on the top of my phone. I was like, yeah, something's going on. And I looked, and it was like, yeah, LeBron signs with Philly. And then my boss came over and was like, what are you doing? I was like, LeBron James just signed with Philly. And he was like, that's more important than this customer. And they knew each other. So, like, obviously they were talking or whatever. But I just looked at it both and was like, yes it was. Honestly.
Did Aiden buy his LeBron 76ers jersey yet?
Not yet, no. We looked. Damn, that sounded like it hurt. No, not yet. But we'll definitely get there for sure.
Yeah, I would assume he would because he's got every single one, right? Maybe not Heat.
I honestly don't know.
I guess we can ask him today.
Yeah,
a couple hours.
Sure.
Shout out Aiden Marlowe.
Let's see. How far do you think they'll go in the playoffs?
I mean, we were just talking about I mean, it's the 76ers again.
I would pray that they make a conference finals. There's a lot. If you're telling me Joel Embiid cannot make a conference finals with this team, any positive.
Have to be injured again. I'm sorry, I can't trust Joel Embiid to be healthy for a full season, or at least give me if I can get 65 regular season games out of Joel Embiid, I'm okay with
That's
that.
honestly
But
a
it has
miracle.
to be he has to be injured like in stints. Can't be like a long term injury. Because
Yeah.
I feel like we get to November, December basketball, like right after the cup or right during the cup, and it's like Joel Embiid's missing the rest of the season with a shoulder injury that he's been
And then they
moving
play
on.
significantly worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's definitely the biggest part of this move. There's a lot of question marks, I think, with health on the team because obviously, like we just said, Embiid, LeBron's old too. You know what I mean? Like,
and he's not the number one option anymore. This is
correct. Yeah, he's
third, fourth option.
four probably, which I think he'll definitely be better as that option. I feel like he was doing great in LA, but once that trade was made with Luka, I feel like the dynamic of the team really shifted, and he didn't fit the best. So I think now that he's kind of decided like this is where I would like to close my career and thrive, and I think I have the best opportunity here to win. I think it'll be really great.
No, I can see that for sure.
So they'll definitely have really exciting highs. Like this team is gonna be unbelievable to watch.
It's gonna be fun to watch because you'll have a young guy like Edgecombe where they're still not gonna be like, all right, we're not gonna pass you the ball anymore.
Yeah.
But Jaylen Brown, new team. We saw what he did in Boston before Tatum came back. He's absolutely phenomenal.
And MVP talks, depending on how where your IQ lies.
The only guy I'm really worried about. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Maybe you can just rub some more black on those stats.
Yeah.
I think the only guy I'm worried about, to be honest, is Tyrese Maxey because it's like he's never really been a guy to. It's been in a tough situation where he's been forced to move the ball around, and I'm not saying that Maxey can't do that, but again, there's more options. This is an ego-centered team where it's like, okay, you have Brown now who loves going to his right all the time, or his left, or whatever.
Definitely the right.
Yeah, the right.
No left.
Excuse me. Yes, the right all the time. Jaylen Brown, and then you have LeBron still. So it's not like LeBron's gonna be like, I never want to score.
Right. I think he'll be more passive than he has in the past, like with how much he's demanding the ball is in his hands.
That's true.
But I think, like, assuming that the starting five that we just rattled off is on the floor, I think Maxey will be fine because I feel like he's definitely now the best he has ever been.
Oh
yes. And as he was getting to where he is now, I feel like a huge, not a huge like dent in his game, but it was kind of like aware that he can't really be the number one option for you guys to go anywhere. He wasn't quite there yet. So for him to be able to still work and build on his game, and now you have Jaylen Brown and LeBron beside you, and Embiid, depending on how much he plays, to all take more of that tension off of you, I think he's going to be really amazing, personally.
Do you think if LeBron, let's say they go all the way to the finals, do you think this just like pretty much shuts the briefcase closed? LeBron's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, probably. Well, I think for me it would probably. I'm definitely leaning his way more than Michael Jordan now than ever because we're running out of reasons. Like if you're on Mike's side to keep defending him, like this guy's just doing everything.
He is, and I mean on top of that, he's just adding to his scoring record, which personally, who do we think could actually beat that right now?
Anthony Edwards is on his way. I saw. Let's see, Anthony Edwards career points. So he has 10,807 points right now, and he is 24.
Okay.
So depending on how much he plays, he would be my pick. But I really do think that's probably going to be unbreakable. I'm guessing that's what you were getting at.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think that if he does make the finals this year, or make the finals or win a championship, I think there's a very real possibility that he does retire after this year and doesn't play the full two. But if they go out sad, like in the playoffs, first, second, whatever round, I think he'll definitely come back.
No, I agree. I don't know because I mean at this point, Bryce is going to be playing in the NBA.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Two
Is,
kids in
is
the
Bronny
league.
going to go to the Sixers? You think?
I would.
I don't think they need him.
Maybe. So they definitely don't need him, but he's not going to last on the Lakers now without Mr. James there
Daddy,
anymore.
I need you.
Exactly. Yeah. So when he does inevitably get cut, I think it's definitely possible that he does get signed. But
or they could just sign him to a 4-year, $64 million contract. You've seen that
I had
before.
Yeah. No. And speaking of overpays, we can get into what we
Yes,
just had
we
happen
can.
like a half hour ago when we set up to record. Draymond Green returning to Golden State on a 1-year, $27.7 million deal. What the hell? This is awful.
All right, so who's the guy that Cleveland just signed to?
Mario Hezonja? Yeah.
Get me out.
Holy,
Get me
you guys
out.
are desperate.
When was he talked about as a Cleveland will now shift to, and the Warriors will now shift to Mario Hezonja?
Hey, that's a former top 5 pick right there that you can get on your team. So I would watch what you're saying about
I'm going to
Mario.
talk about him because I've seen him play in the NBA before, and it was nothing spectacular, Killian. Well, the Giannis beef will never be.
With him and, when he kind of dunked on him. He dunked next to him.
Yeah. Anyways,
whatever.
Back to what I was going to say. Yeah. How do you go from trying to get LeBron and building up a team to compete in the, in the West, which is it's the toughest conference compared to the East. And then you lose out on LeBron, you lose out on Mario Hezonja to Cleveland, and then you re-sign.
How unfortunate.
Yeah. Then you re-sign Draymond Green for $27 million. I'm sorry, but I just don't see where the Warriors are going now. They don't have really any young talent. They don't Curry's he's there, but you lost Quinton Post to Memphis. Pat Spencer was one of your best players, and now he's on a 2-way deal.
I feel like did they re-sign Gui Santos? I feel like that.
I think so. Yes,
that's a cool move that they.
But Jimmy Butler's coming off a torn ACL. He's aging. He's not going to be the same player. Curry, when you have a team like that, we've seen Curry do it in the past. Do not get me wrong. I've seen tremendous things come from that guy. But I just don't see where the Warriors are going to go. And personally, this is going to lead into my hot takes. I'm not going to say it now, but it annoys me that the Warriors, after all this time, you've been competing every single year except for 1 year because, again, you had injured players. And then you draft fucking James Wiseman, but you didn't know he was going to be bad. But still.
Right, yeah.
Still.
Could you imagine they take literally anybody else
in that draft? Yeah, no, exactly.
Patrick.
It's frustrating for me, and I bet Warriors fans are even more frustrated because I was reading the comments. It was literally as you're walking in the door, what the fuck are goddamn Warriors doing? It's frustrating because you've seen the Warriors. We've grown up with the Warriors being.
And we just made a video where I gave them an F for their offseason and said I hate everything about them. I back everything you're saying 100%. Yeah,
we're gonna change that, but yeah, it's frustrating, and I just think that the Warriors. Yeah, we'll get into it later with the hot takes. So
we don't have to go too much into it here. If you are going to talk about it in that part later, but this is a bad deal, and we already hate this team. They're doing nothing for Steph Curry. Yeah, that's really it. It's just it's the Steph and B Pods show, and that's not.
If they trade Curry away, then they got to trade Pods.
They have to.
I think they trade both. I think they just go complete wipe. There's no reason to have Pods in your team.
Yeah. Well, there really hasn't been a reason to have. Well, I don't know. I feel like honestly. Well, we can get moving. I don't want to have to talk about B-Pods for too long.
Yeah, no.
Very underrated, honestly. I actually think.
Really?
Yeah, because he started getting memed for no reason. Everybody thinks he sucks, and
I don't know. He's just. The inconsistency for me is where it's at because I see it some days where it's okay, fair. This guy could be a great 2-guard in the league, but sometimes
and then he goes 1 of 9 the next game.
Brother, you're not. He's just right now. He's going down the path of D'Lo. If that makes sense. Which, funny enough, D'Lo played for the Warriors.
I understand what you're saying.
But yeah, all right.
Defensive consistencies though, he could do a lot for a lot of guys.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Moving along. Do you want me to just keep on describing what we're doing here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we'll get into NBA awards now. I don't know what order you have it written on yours, so I'll just say what we're doing and then we'll do it. We selected our predictions for the 2027 season: MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved, Sixth Man, Coach of the Year, and then I have Executive of the Year and Finals MVP as well.
Okay.
Do you have?
Yeah, I got everything.
Okay, perfect.
I was just fixing something.
Yeah, all good.
All right.
Is
Yeah,
it fixed?
Okay. I'm all squared away.
Cool. Alrighty, getting into it. Your 2026-2027 NBA MVP, Brett, will be
Luka Doncic.
Whoa.
Yeah. I wanted somebody that it's not the consistent guy that like Wemby. I feel like Wemby is a front runner, and then you have whatever. Who else?
I genuinely thought there was zero chance that name was coming out of your mouth.
Really?
Honestly. So that's impressive. But
the reason I picked Luka, you don't have LeBron anymore. You're kind of that main guy on the Lakers, and I just think that if I'm picking this pick based off of the fact that I think that the Lakers can be a great team this year, and we've seen Luka do Luka things in the past.
What does great mean for you? Like top 4 seed, 3 seed?
I feel like with the West, you can give it a little bit more leniency.
Right.
I'm going with like 5 seed as the lowest.
Sure.
I feel like that's fair with the West. If you can get there and still be, a top record where everybody's kind of, fighting for the top seed in the West, I think that there's no reason that Luka can't be in MVP talks. He's been basically in MVP talks pretty much his whole career ever since, Dirk left, whatever, his second year. And then you've been to the finals once already. What's saying that you can't do it again?
Sure.
You trade for a couple more pieces on that Lakers squad. They're trying to do the right things, and I feel like getting rid of or not pursuing LeBron back was a step in the right direction. Obviously, it depends on how well Reeves plays on that team as well. But I think as of now, if Luka can play at the top level, which we've seen him drop 40 points per game, for an extended time, there's no reason that he can't compete with Wemby, who, Wemby is going to be averaging almost a triple-double. But I think you got to just realize what Luka could do. And if he steps it up defensively to his max effort and, he's the fittest he's ever been, this is MVP Luka. I think this could be his best opportunity at winning it. So that's why he's my pick for MVP.
Yeah, I think there was a Dallas year he had where he was pretty high. I don't know if he hit third or not, but he was pretty high in voting. But yeah, I think this year's a great opportunity for him to do it. I feel like he'll definitely finish top 3, where he's always kind of been like that 4th guy. I really feel like the Nuggets are going to stink, and he's going to take Jokic's spot, and he's going to drop out of the race. Damn, what is going on with my voice? So I just feel like Luka's issue. Everything you're saying is correct, but I feel like there are guys who are just a little better. I don't know. It sucks that the West is so hard, because I really do think, like you said, this is the best opportunity that he's probably going to have to actually go out and win an MVP. Because now this Lakers team is built around him and what he's doing. I just feel like, honestly, the defensive stuff, I know that doesn't weigh as much in MVP conversations as people like Wemby wanted it to.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like that it is still such a negative that, like, for me personally, that pulls me out of it. And I feel like it's pretty safe to say him, Wemby, and Shea would be like, whatever order it is that you want, you're 1, 2, and 3. And I feel like the Spurs and Thunder just have more complete rosters around both of their main guys to make them look better. So not saying that you're wrong. For me, that's why I went another direction.
I totally agree with you. I'm not saying that Shea and Wemby, that was my top 3. Shea and Wemby and Luka were my top 3, and they always, I feel like, will be. Last season was kind of that way, especially with Jokic. Him and Luka were kind of flip-flopping. Jokic didn't have that, MVP year they used to have. I don't know. I just feel like, could Wemby, especially with him, try and stay with me on this. With him doing this contract, does that shift Wemby to more of that team player where now he spreads the ball even more and he gives it up more for Harper and Fox and all these guys that are there at Castle? like, does that make him a guy that how many points was or assists was he averaging? Like
3.
3. Does that shift him where his points drop down in points per game and he averages like 6 or 7 assists per game?
Yeah.
Like, could we see that from Wemby? Possibly.
Yeah, not this year, I don't think, but definitely down the road as he ages is
Okay. Yeah.
definitely in the cards. I think his playmaking can still use a little work.
Mm-hmm.
And then I honestly feel like the next couple of years, everything's just going to kind of gradually increase because he is still so ahead of the curve of everybody else.
He's so young.
And the pieces that we just watched in the finals, like Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, those younger dudes, you even throw Vassell, Champagny in the mix. They're all just going to get better as they play together, and I really doubt that they disassemble that core of guys. So,
I can see that. For
not
sure.
right now, but later, I think.
Yeah,
the assists would go up. And speaking of Wemby, we'll just get there. That was my pick to win. I feel it feels like a pretty safe bet. He just averaged 25, 12, 3, and 3 blocks, all in 29 minutes. And like I said, I think as his minutes increase as well, that just gives more time for him to do his thing, which is already really scary. The fact that he is putting up what I just said, and he's only entering year 4. Defensive chops are perfect. He's going to have the nod in this race for that the rest of his career. And he was already second last year too. So with everybody hating Shea and voter fatigue, I feel like for me personally this year,
there should be no reason.
Yeah,
and especially with the moves that the Thunder have made, I feel like it's almost and well the Spurs haven't changed a lot, which is good in some senses because Wemby, he's comfortable, and that's what I feel like, especially with a young star like that, you want to be comfortable in where you're playing. And yeah, I think that it gives him a lot of opportunity to really shine. And like you said, I mean, with the way that Shea, voter fatigue and all that BS. Yeah, I mean, Wemby, I feel like when I was picking my MVP, it was a toss up between those guys because I felt like you were going to pick Wemby, and I had that sense where it's like, okay, do I want to be different? Do I want to, still?
Yeah, I thought for sure that's who you were picking.
Yeah.
So
that's the reason I went with Luka. But again, there should be no reason that Wemby should be not in MVP conversations because again, he is a top 5 player in the league right
now. I agree.
So
absolutely, perfect. Moving along, defensive player of the year. I have Wemby, and
that's what I have too.
I assume you have 2. This is really no conversation. I feel like he seriously might win this forever until he retires.
All right, this is my prediction. I think he's going to get a quadruple double this year. I think that he's going to get the guy that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Was that the last guy to get one? I think it was Timmy D.
I think so.
I want to say it was, but
I feel like James Harden had one with turnovers. I know he's got a few of those, but like ethical quadruple double.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A plus minus plus quadruple double. But I do think that Wemby, like you said, he's going to win it for as many years possible because he is the greatest paint beast. And I honestly think, but when his career is all said and done, he'll be the best defensive player of all time.
Yeah, I feel like it was really shaped up. This is something we've been talking about with him since he got in the league. And now that he has his first one, it's here.
Yeah.
Like, we're in it. We've seen what he can do. He got double-digit blocks that game against Minnesota in the playoffs, and I get some of those were questionable when you go back. I probably only hit like 8 or 9, but this is just
8 or 9 blocks.
Right? Yeah, which is still that's still insane. And I think that's just something that the league is going to have to understand, like, he's here. This is his. He's not.
Exactly. The only way he doesn't win a Defensive Player of the Year in any season is if he gets injured. But we haven't really seen he's still young. So it's going to happen over time that he'll get a little bit more injured. And that's just how, basketball works sometimes.
Yeah.
And we saw it this year with a little bit of an injury. And he's coming off the bench, which was a little weird.
And
remember that?
Uncanny, right around when he came back for the cup, right?
Yeah, he was coming off the bench.
Interesting. I don't know. It was weird to see, but like that is because obviously he is hurt. You just got to keep that in check because
exactly.
If he doesn't do that, their record could have been crazy this year. And they were all so young. I don't know. They're going to be a powerhouse. forever.
They are,
It's gonna be
and
scary.
this is a fun Spurs team. I don't really. I mean, we saw how Fox performed in the finals, but still, like I mean, this is a
He'll be
Spurs
the
team
first to
that
go.
we enjoyed watching. And again, I think that this finals finally, like there was a NBA finals where like, damn, like I'm excited to see both these teams compete.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, both of us each went our separate ways. You were more rooting for the Knicks. I
Right.
was more rooting for the Spurs. But at the end of the day, I think we can both say that, oh, if the Spurs would have won, that'd have been awesome too.
Right. Yeah.
And I was fine
exactly.
with the Knicks winning. I was excited for the Knicks winning because
Yeah.
it's like, again, they didn't win in a long time. So him winning Defensive Player of the Year, I feel like 95% he's got that in the bag.
So this is from Copilot here. I don't know how accurate it is, but I would like to trust it. The last recorded NBA quadruple double was David Robinson in 1994. So same team, different number. He had 34, 10, 10, and 10 against the Spurs. He is on the Spurs against the Pistons. So
Spurs, yeah.
Yeah, there's that for you. Crazy stuff. Rookie of the Year. I thought this was really hard because much like with the number one selection in the draft, there's no really right or wrong answer. Like I think any of these guys could be capable of winning. It just depends on how the season plays out. And like we said, or I don't know if we've said, I know we said it before, with the next few awards here is going to be hard because literally nothing has happened. So like you just got to take your best stab and try and defend it. So
yeah.
If you want to open, your Rookie of the Year is
Caleb Wilson.
Okay.
I like him.
I like it.
I think Devonta does too. He's got too many. I'm going to say that they keep Davis and Young, and I think with that Wizards team, there's just too many players that makes a Rookie of the Year candidate not Rookie of the Year. Caleb Wilson, I think, is a much better spot where the Bulls are still young and figuring out what they want to do, but also still compete. And I think with that does help when it comes to Rookie of the Year. If Caleb Wilson comes out and averages 20 points per game, which I'm not saying is going to happen, but it definitely could. I feel like he's got great upside where he could be right there with Devonta, neck and neck, pretty much the whole career, and that's what you're going to be comparing him to. Yeah, I just like Caleb Wilson for Chicago, and I just think that he is going to be a dog. I wish we would have saw him in March Madness, or at least
I do too. I really do too.
Because it was just tough with the injury, but I think that people need to start talking about Caleb Wilson way more, and that he needs to be Rookie of the Year candidate, and I think he will win it. So,
yeah,
that's my pick.
Damn, he's gonna be good. All these guys are gonna be. I feel like 1 through 4, those first 4 picks, it's definitely gonna be one of them in the race. There's one, and we'll get to a hot take. I do think there's one other guy who might sneak in the third, maybe.
Is it a Mara?
No, it's that. Wouldn't that be insane?
If he wins Rookie of the Year, I will pay every single viewer on this video $100.
Did you hear that? I heard that. So
Mara is not winning Rookie of the Year,
but he might. So just for that, let's get 1 million views on this episode. I'll give you $100, and I'll make X amount of cookies for. Well, we said 1 million, right? So I'll make 1 million cookies.
Joke's on them. I'll just view it a shit ton.
Yeah,
pay myself.
Pay yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Caleb Wilson. I like him for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I went with Cam Boozer.
Okay.
Similar thought process for you. I think because, like you said, there's just a lot of really good players on the Wizards. Well, not really. There's like 3 good players, but
good players, but a lot of, we'll say, like role players.
Right. Yes. So I think because of that, the ball's just going to be out of his hands more than it would be for some of these other guys. I think he still very well could win it. He should be second or third because he still is crazy offensively. Like I do think he's going to carry a lot of that load for Washington. And I didn't consider Darren Peterson here because I feel like the guard room in the NBA more now than ever is just so stacked. Like you'd really, really have to stand out.
You do,
I think,
and I think it's tough because I mean, when we were talking about it, you can look at Con Knuckle in a way. He's more of that 2-3 kind of guy.
Yeah.
Compared to Cooper Flagg, who's more of that slasher.
Clearly right.
Yeah, he clearly a forward. Yes, like you said. So I think last year is a great example of it, and even in the previous years. So yeah, I think the league is more leading towards lengthier guys that
Right.
can, do it all defensively and offensively
Yeah.
and be able to crash while also be able to make the three ball. Like, I mean, you kind of have to do it all to win Rookie of the Year now, which is
And you just
crazy.
described Cam Boozer, Caleb Wilson, and AJ Debonta, which is
Exactly.
nuts. Like the race is going to be crazy. I think immediately when Cam Boozer gets to Memphis, or I guess he's already been there. I think he is the best player on that team. Whereas for Caleb Wilson, I think it's still a toss up, depending on what Norman Powell brings and how much usage Matas gets. I think that's really.
Mhm.
Oh, I mean, you got Josh Giddey too.
Buzelis, you're saying?
Right. So I feel like those three would could maybe be better than Caleb Wilson immediately, but I feel like it's Cam Boozer's world there, in Memphis.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
well, it'll be his at the big spot because I think there's another guy, and we'll see in this next award, that might be really good for him. But I think that's mainly the main reason I think he's just gonna be better immediately. So,
Do you? I guess this can bring up the question. Do you think we could see a co-rookie of the year this year?
would that be allowed?
I think they've. I mean, they've done it in the past with because there was a co-MVP once. It was Larry Bird and gosh, who's the other guy? No, it was Bird and somebody. But I feel like it could happen. The NBA could just be like, all right, both these guys are great this season. Or like, how would you feel if Caleb Wilson averaged 25 points per game for some random fucking reason, and then Debonsa averaged 23? Like that is,
And then he gets it, but he still was. Yeah,
yeah. Like I
mean,
I feel bad for the other guy. You work your ass off the whole year, and then you got to compete with that. Like it's just
that's just how it works.
I know
man.
that's
It's a
just how
crazy
it
class.
works.
You got to be the best.
Caleb Wilson though, or not, excuse me. Rookie of the year, I just think that you got a little bit more leniency when it comes to that. I don't know. Is it possible, Killian?
Okay, so as per co-pilot, so I don't know. In 2000, Elton Brand and Steve Francis won together. There's been 3 total.
Okay.
Grant Hill and Jason Kidd in the 94-95 year, and then 1970, 1971. Shout out Jeff Petrie and Dave Cohens.
Really?
Both won together.
Bird
So
didn't do it. I thought.
I feel like he won a something. I'm not gonna take the time and look it up, but
Yeah,
I feel like
good.
he won something with somebody somehow.
But like you're saying, it hasn't happened in a long time.
But it could very well could.
So I feel like if there's a year to do it, it'd be this year. So all right.
Cam and Caleb, rookie of the years.
Yes. Let's run it.
Okay. Most improved. Do you want to lead with this one again?
I think you lead.
Sure, because I just kind of hinted at because he is on the Grizzlies. Wait, I did. Yeah, okay, it's the right guy.
It's Ty Jerome.
It is Ty Jerome.
Is it really?
Yeah, I picked that was my pick.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Again, like I said with the rookie of the, and you'll see with 6-man too. I feel like you can do more projecting there than with this. But it is just a relatively big swing because, like we just said, nothing has happened yet. In 15 games with Memphis last year, he averaged 19 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 steal. And was 3rd and 6th man of the year in 2 seasons ago. So the guy can play, and I think now he's really going to have the floor to do it. In that 15 games last year, his per 36 minute stats were 31, 5, 9, and 2 steals. Holy shit. And obviously he's not, I would be marveled if Ty Jerome comes out and averages 31, 5, and 9. That would be, yeah.
But we saw it when he was in Cleveland, right? Like before he signed this contract, that was Cleveland, right?
Where he was last.
Yes.
Yeah. He was really good off the bench in the minutes that he had. He's super efficient.
Exactly.
I feel like now that he's going to have the minutes to do it, it's not going to be this impressive. But I think definitely 20 point per game scorer, like that's not hard to come by now.
No, it's not.
Especially if you're going to be the main guard on Memphis.
Like no more Ja, you don't got to worry about any of that.
Exactly.
You are the guy.
Yeah.
And I think, do the Grizzlies know this? Did they know that they're going to move on from Ja? And that's why they signed Ty Jerome to such a big 6-man contract? I mean,
maybe did he get a deal this offseason?
No,
or would
it
have been
was year prior.
He
got
before,
like 3
right?
years, and it was like almost close to like $15 million a year. I'd say around there.
It's very possible. 3-year, $28 million deal last season, like you said.
Yeah.
So that definitely could be the thought process because I feel like I said, 3rd and 6th man 2 years ago when he would have made that jump to Memphis, but they're always hurt, so that's why he didn't play this year. Literally everybody, it's so bizarre. I've never seen it with a team. Like, they have over half their roster hurt every night for like the last 3 seasons. It's been like that. So hopefully, if that reverses, it should be Ty Jerome to take home.
That'd be awesome.
So
it would. I love that pick. I wasn't even expecting that, but I love it. So, all right. I guess with that, if you got anything else more.
No.
All right.
Well, I do have. I can throw it out the end. I have other honorable mention names that I was thinking about. I'll highlight it in yellow so that when you're done, I remember to talk about it.
Okay. So I just go then.
Please, yes.
All right. No. Most improved player for me, I think this kind of makes it a great case for him to potentially be an all-star candidate this year. Brandon Miller. I think that with LaMelo gone now,
he was one of the names I had.
Really?
So
thank you. Yes.
Let's go.
I love Brandon Miller. I think that him out of Alabama he's been spectacular ever since coming into the league. He's averaged like 20 points per game and 17 or whatever. And then last season he averaged, I think, 20 what it was. But yeah, I think that with LaMelo gone, he's the number one option next to Con Kneppel. I think that this Hornets team, with moving on from LaMelo, you have Naz Reid now there too. No more Miles Bridges. I think that there's no reason that Brandon Miller can't win Most Improved. And like I said, I think that he will make an all-star team. I think this is the Jalen Johnson of this year.
Yeah.
I think that there's just, like I said, I mean, there should be no reason Brandon Miller can't win this award. If he bumps up his numbers tremendously, which I think he will, then this award should be right in the bag. Or like you said with Ty Jerome, I think that it paves the way way better for him to.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm glad you nailed that. I can't believe that, because I obviously, so I have him written here, so I did think about putting him there. That's fun. I think the reason I didn't go with him is because I feel like everything that you said went into my thought process. Like, LaMelo and Miles Bridges are gone, and I feel like this was really the first full year of Brandon Miller that we saw. He was in and out with injuries the first 2 years. I guess his rookie year he played 74 games, but then dropped to 27 because he had some shoulder problems. He's definitely got the keys to do it, like you said. I just feel like because he was already like right around 20 points a game, he averaged.
That's a little bit more tougher.
I feel like to go from there to whatever 25 or 26 a night it would be to where he's like solidified as that number one guy for Charlotte. I think that jump, once you're already kind of where he was last season, is harder to make.
Yeah.
But I think he could do it. There's definitely some like Charlotte's got to be banking on him getting rid of LaMelo and Miles Bridges. I feel like it, and we talked about it last episode. It was clear that the Hornets wanted to move from LaMelo. It just sucked that they happened to have their best season in a while last year. So I think to be able to move off of him, if that was your worry, get Naz Reid back, like you said, and then now you have him and Con really running the show. Like, I would be confident in that happening for
exactly.
him, so.
And I've changed my kind of opinion on the Hornets trading away LaMelo.
Good. I'm glad you did. You know. Yeah,
I know you were waiting for me on that.
I was.
It takes me a little bit longer to agree with moves in the NBA, and I think with this is that I look at it the standpoint that there's a reason they moved away from LaMelo. Yeah, you had your best season. How long? Charles Lee, great job coaching.
Right. Yeah.
But there's a reason LaMelo is gone, and I think with this, like we've been saying, Brandon Miller and Con Kneppel, I think this paves the way for them to be able to play the best basketball they can play. And I think with bringing in Naz Reid like that, it's makes the floor way better than what you had before with Bridges, who was, he was putting up decent numbers, but I just feel like those numbers were coming off the fact that there was nobody else that could put up those numbers.
I agree.
So I think with now the Hornets, they have a way better spread out team, and I think they're actually deeper when it comes to the bench as well. I like this team, and I think that they're going to be a top team in the East once again. Yeah. So Hornets good.
Let's do it, Brandon.
Yes.
The other names, so that was an honorable mention. The other guys I had were Noah Clowney and Ousmane Dieng.
Okay.
So just a similar, like Noah Clowney shoots a ton, so I feel like just make a few when you're there. You know what I mean? So, and then same with Ousmane Dieng. Like, he's got that build that we just described when we were talking about all the rookies. And nobody's on our team anymore. So the floor is his to do it.
They're
But
pretty much anybody on the Bucks, and the floor is theirs, I
except
guess.
Kyle Kuzma, because he's awful at everything he does. So
How can you talk about me like I'm not a top player? NBA star criticizes. I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's move on.
the next we got sixth man of the year. Who'd you pick?
I went with Kason Wallace or Kaysen Wallace.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Kaysen, I think.
Kaysen, yeah. I don't know who's gonna start at the guard positions with the Thunder. There's a lot of different options you could go. I personally think it's gonna be AJ Mitchell and Shea, if that makes sense.
It probably should be.
I feel like Jared McCain's not gonna get that, but I think Kason Wallace could, and I feel like with Lou Dort gone now and Aaron Wiggins gone, and there's one other guy, Isaiah Joe. I feel like this paves the way for Kaysen Wallace to be sixth man of the year. I think we were talking about it beforehand where, yeah, it's tough to pick a sixth man because it's like, who's going to be that guy? I just feel like I'm really confident with this pick, and I don't feel like it can backfire so much where it's
So on a similar note, I would say right now I did pick AJ Mitchell to win. I just think it depends on what they do with the roster construction.
Yeah,
because he hasn't started yet, so I'm just gonna bank on that being the case until I see it consistently. And he's in the same boat like with Kaysen Wallace, like you said, they just cleared out their whole guard room, so now somebody's gonna have to fill in that starting role, and then now it's really like the names you said. It's just Jared, Kaysen, and AJ now. So you guys got to figure it out. So make your pick. And I feel like AJ Mitchell, out of those three, I think is the best, and has proven to already be able to like navigate his way pretty well off the bench and leading offense.
Jalen Brunson route. Same with Payne Pritchard.
No, I don't. No, you can't just. Jalen Brunson's one of one with that. You can't just make a Jalen Brunson type leap, and you can't just say that that's what you want to have happen and have it happen.
And that's the same way I feel like you could say with like Ousmane Dieng too. Like he's gonna be this star, all-star player, like Kevin Durant. Like that's his comp right now. That's why I've said it before. And I'm like, I gotta actually see it to believe it. And I don't know. Maybe it could happen. I don't know. Let's just not talk about that happening. But I think AJ Mitchell. Like you said, I mean, this is pretty interchangeable with what their guards are doing. Who's going to be starting?
Yeah, it's just you really just have to figure out who's starting. If it is him, then that sucks. I lose on picking. But even then,
but you could have Jared McCain start because I mean, then it makes your bench better.
I feel like you really. It just depends on what Mark Daigneault is going to want to do with the roster construction, and I trust him to do his thing. You know, he's kind of coached like the best team in the league the last 3 years. So
maybe,
I just feel like he might know what is going on.
No, I agree. I think that's a good pick for sure.
Yeah. So I had honorable mentions for this one too. I put Dylan Harper and Baylor Shireman in contention as well. I was between those three.
Those are great picks. I think
I was gonna go Dylan Harper most improved, but it's his second year, so they're not gonna like. You should be getting better. It's your second year.
Shout out Creighton University. Ryan Cochran, Trey Alexander, Steve Nashworth will never be forgotten.
Doug McDermott.
Oh yeah.
Should have had Davion Hanna, but
where did we're the only people he transferred this year too. So he was at Bama. He transferred to South Carolina.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
We're the only
hero there too.
I don't know if is still he was at one point. Can we put the TikTok in again? That's gonna be our reoccurring bit once.
Well, you gotta go flag of that.
I don't want.
Maybe I want to see the video. I need to see the video. They said there's a video. They're just where the hero
of the fight, right? Yes. I feel like after we released that episode,
they said that the video there was a video, but I don't know.
We'll try. That can be our extracurricular activity after. We'll try and find it. Should wrap up sixth man of the year. 3 left. Coach of the year. Your coach of the year is Chris Finch. That's okay. I don't mind it. Defend yourself. Go.
I'm going to defend myself. All right. So you just brought in LaMelo. already have seen them work together. Also, on top of that, Anthony Edwards is doing the Jimmy Butler, which he followed him and they all shaved their
Yeah.
heads. So did SGA, so that makes automatically Anthony Edwards a MVP contender.
Yeah, and then LaMelo Ball should be second, I would imagine.
Yes,
because his head is shaved
yeah,
too.
exactly. And I think LaMelo already looks way more mature. His interviews look way more mature. It seems like him and Ant-Man.
The bar is pretty damn low. But like from what you're not wrong.
Yes.
It's better.
It is better. And I think that they will play great with each other because I don't know. I just have this weird sense where it's like I feel like Ant-Man and LaMelo will have this connected brain, almost like twins, and they'll just kind of play great ball. And which I think it's awesome they're already practicing together and working on that stuff.
Have you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so they can do something. I've barely seen it, but there's something they can do where like, you can like take control of somebody else's brain somehow, and I feel like they're gonna be very much like that. Like they're just gonna be on a string, like so in sync. All they want to do is play fast and run and shoot.
Exactly, and I think that's just going to tire teams out. I was going to get into that actually, where I just think that this team is just going to be so fast paced, and I really like this team together. I just think that it was a win-win trade between the Hornets and the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I think they should both improve.
They should, and I think that there should be no reason that the Timberwolves can't compete in the West. Can they compete with the Thunder and the Spurs? I think so. I think that this team, if they play their best basketball, and I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but you kind of have to base stuff off.
You do right. Yeah,
you're not wrong. I'm not gonna say, oh well, the Timberwolves.
If they're the worst,
or they're worse. Like I'm gonna say best basketball because I feel like that should be every team's goal. You play your best basketball, you're gonna win stuff, and I think that there should be no reason that Chris Finch can't win it. And I'm not saying you have to be the 1 seed to win it too, because the Timberwolves, what were they, the 5th seed this year, 6th seed?
6, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just improvement, and I think that if they compete with the top teams, why would you pick Mitch Johnson or why would you pick Mark Daigneault?
Well, let me tell you why I picked Mark Daigneault.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Chris Finch has got a good shot at it, and I feel like again it goes with the Luka MVP pick that it's like I thought about the top teams winning it, but I don't know. I wanted to pick something different, and I like the Timberwolves here and Chris Finch. So,
I think you're building around your best player and making his room better. So I feel like they're gonna be a better team. And I feel like with jumping, they might jump up a few seats too. I think they're gonna clear Houston and Denver. My mind would be blown if they are worse than either of those teams.
I agree.
I think they're gonna be guaranteed a 4 seed. 1 or 2 is pretty unlikely unless OKC or San Antonio. Like I don't want to pencil them in, but it feels like that's just kind of how it is. They'd really have to have a shitter regular season. But I feel like 3 seed ceiling, I'm cool with giving that team the coach of the year.
I think one more thing I want to add on top of the LaMelo shaving their heads and all that. He said that the jerseys look like Chino Hills.
They do a little bit.
That's all I need.
He's gonna feel good. He's gonna feel good.
That's all I need.
He just started winning. He just got a taste of what that's like,
and he loved it. He loved it.
He did. I think
he played great in that play-in game.
I don't know. Let me just. I want to look something up because LaMelo Ball.
Scored 30 points in that game.
Yeah, please look up what he shot from 3.
Shut up, 15.
It was like 2 of 16. I couldn't find it that quick, but I know it was buns. But they'll be good. Let me get to my piece.
28 in that game.
He might. I mean, he scored a lot, but he shot a lot too. And I don't know. I did pick Mark Daigneault as my pick for Coach of the Year. Who just won?
Wasn't it Mitch Johnson? Or was it Mike Brown? Or was it not either of them?
I don't know. Was it JV Bickerstaff?
Yeah.
Maybe. Jamie, look that up.
Yeah. What the? Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, anyway, while you're figuring that out, I feel like the league has kind of figured out OKC and their game plan. It's very like SGA ISO oriented.
It was Joe Mazzulla.
It was Joe Mazzulla. Okay.
How did? Oh yeah. Looking back at this list, keep on going.
Okay. I feel like this past year he really leaned a lot into just spamming Shea ISOs, which is great and it gets you points. But I feel like you can only do that so much, and the league kind of quickly figured out that you can just shut him down and make other guys beat you, and you might not win, but it's going to be a lot harder of a night for OKC. And he is a really smart coach. I think they're just going to adapt. They still have, probably in my opinion, the most talented roster in the league, like all around. And him being at the helm of that and like being in control of that, the group of guys that they still have and are going to have for a while, they should be the 1 seed again. Them or the Spurs, but they were just it, so I'll default to them. I think they'll get right back there, and
no, I agree.
He'll look good. The better Shea is, I think, the better his chances of winning Coach of the Year are going to be.
Yeah,
so
100% agree.
He's going to have to work with them and figure it out, but it definitely should be able to.
Yeah,
so.
I don't see anything wrong with that pick. So
cool.
I'm gonna just pause it.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, my legs. So sorry.
Yeah, let me get my.
All right. Coolio.
Cool.
All right, executive of the year, or the finals MVP.
I'll go executive of the year first. So moving along, executive of the year, you have selected
Daryl Morey.
He's in Philly, right?
Yeah,
that's what's going on. Okay.
76ers.
Okay.
I guess I should have said that. I was more
no. That's that's fair.
Like, I
was
picked
thinking about him.
I think that you get Jaylen Brown. Had a great. We've said it how many times. Had a great season last year. You bring in one of the best players of all time, if not the best player of all time, in LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think that if this team works out like the way it's supposed to, and the way that they're supposed to be a top, maybe the 1 seed in the year, for the year, I think that there's no reason that Daryl Morey should not win executive of the year.
Yeah, it makes sense for everything you just said. I was thinking about putting him too. I just don't like him, so I didn't.
Is he? When did they get rid of the other guy? What year was that?
I don't know. Let me
I'm not
figure
really
out.
well known on executives or GMs or whatever.
Because I know he was in Houston before, and there was all that Harden drama, and he wouldn't. I don't know what the deal was, but he made everything there suck, and he didn't have to. And then he became their president of basketball operations, November 2nd, 2020, and then got James Harden again, and then they did nothing. That's why I wasn't a fan. Maybe that's what it was, because they had I feel like they had issues in Houston. And then a few years later,
exactly.
Hey, come. I don't know.
I just think that with the Sixers team, if they can, win the finals this year, and at the end of the award ceremony, Joel Embiid grabs the mic and he's like, "Trust the process, bro." And
it's gonna be
absolute cinema.
Yeah,
Daryl Morey turns into a hero, basically Superman statue built. I'm just kidding.
It should be something like that. Like, this is the end of the process. So it has to process. There's no other choice. And assuming it does, let's go.
And coming from the tunnel, Markelle Fultz.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Behind Ben Simmons.
Yeah. With that, your executive.
I went with Brian Wright of the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
For me, it's just like, look what they just did. You know what I mean? They keep hitting on their picks. And I don't know if this would go into it, but he had to have negotiated that 1B pay cut, and whatever they end up doing with that money is going to be because of him. And they're not going to suck this season, so I feel like they're just going to keep on improving at what they're doing, and it's all his decision. So
I agree.
That's why I went with him. And I don't know a whole lot else to really talk about outside of this roster moves. I feel like what I said makes sense, and what you said makes sense. So we'll just keep it on. I don't know if we'll have it in the beginning, but I did remember the fight, right? I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
So it's when in the B movie when he's fighting the guy with his tail, or the stinger.
Yeah, because who plays the character? Who plays his best friend? Because it's Jerry Seinfeld, and who's the other guy?
Like, who voices him?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because he switches, and that's his replacement. That's like his amputation.
Yeah, when he's in the hospital. Yeah.
So
what a movie.
Shout out the
freaking B movie, man.
Yellow and black, yellow and black, yellow and black.
Black,
Ooh,
yellow.
black and yellow. Shake it up a little. I like jazz. Anyways, with that, let's move on to finals
We're all
MVPs.
cousins. Finals MVP. I selected the one and only SGA.
Okay. So you think the Thunder winning the finals?
That is what that means. Yes.
Right.
Well, not necessarily, because Jerry West got it that one time. You remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
That's
I
not
was.
gonna happen again.
I was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were there?
Yeah, it was a great game.
Mm-hmm. And I was witnessing Ray Allen's corner 3 shot, like the one guy wearing the Curry jersey. And Chris Smoove was there too.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. I picked SGA. I don't know if the Knicks are going to repeat, just because it's really, really hard to do. And if the Thunder didn't this year, I feel like that was really kind of
their hiccup year.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone was like, "Oh my God, it's so over. They're going to be the best team." And they opened 26-1 or whatever. Oh my God, these guys are the best. Oh my goodness. And then they lost. So I feel like getting there again and then winning is almost impossible.
It
so
is. It is
I don't
very
think
hard.
that they'll do it again. And I don't know. I just they just won, so that's the only reason why I picked them.
Yeah,
picked him.
That's a great pick.
So your
Um,
finals MVP is
Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
We talked about him enough. I feel like
It was
again,
one or the other.
It pretty much was one or the
Yeah.
other. I mean, unless an East team comes out of it, let's say I'm not going to get into that, but whatever.
I don't know, but we were having the same conversations last offseason this time, and the Knicks won a few months ago. So
That is true.
you
which is
never know.
crazy.
And now
It's
you
been
have
a few
LeBron
months.
over there.
A couple months, yeah. There is LeBron. There's a couple more teams in the East that could possibly make a dent. I don't know. I like Wemby here. I think that if the Spurs end up actually winning it this year over whoever makes it back to the finals or gets into the finals, there should be no reason that Wemby doesn't win it. Yeah.
It's the same argument for Shea. He's the best player on their team, so he's going to get it.
Yep, you can't really talk anything more for finals MVP. So,
Yep.
My pick is the Spurs to win it.
Perfect.
So, with that, we will move officially into our hot takes segment where Killian, you can fire away with your first hot one.
I don't have. I am too, actually, because you can really write whatever.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it before. These aren't ranked in order of spiciness. It's just the order of which I was thinking about it.
Yep.
And leading off, I said that the Pistons will not be a top 4 seed in the East this year.
I love that.
I think the Knicks and Celtics for sure will be better. And then I feel like you can kind of have talks between the Cavs, Raptors, Hawks, and Sixers. I don't think so. You could throw Miami in there even if you want to. I'm pretty low on them. The Pistons just seem really incomplete. And I feel like how I was talking about with the Thunder and like the league kind of figuring out Shea. In this season, it's really easy to just put your best guy on Cade and literally say, hey, anybody else in the Pistons jersey, please come and beat me.
And we don't know what's going on with Duren either. Could he be moved? And that would just completely blow up what's going on over there. And now you have no more Tobias Harris, who's a veteran leader. You have TP and Gary Harris.
And John Collins. Like they've made moves, obviously, to try and address what their biggest issue was, which was shooting. But they still have a lot to do. And obviously, winning 60 games and being the 1 seed, and whether you're in the East or West, is no easy task. Like,
I agree.
That's really tough. But just to repeat it, and I feel like all the teams that I just listed, outside of the Hawks, maybe, have either gotten better this offseason or are staying right around the same. And that's just not the case for me with Detroit. So that's why I feel the way that I feel there.
Yeah.
So
no, I think that's a good pick. I've never really been on or high on Detroit either. I feel like there's a reason it's called their nickname for the Pistons is Cade and M, because it feels like it's only Cade.
That's
Cunningham.
how it is. Yeah.
And I need another guy there to be like really hyped up about this team. Yeah, they're a 1 seed, but again, the Bucks were a 1 seed and lost to the Heat.
No. I agree.
What I mean? Like it's just
the jump that they took felt a little soon for me, and that's why
they're too young of a team.
Some regression there.
No, I agree. That's a great hot take there. So
yeah.
All right, I guess with that, my first one, I'm just gonna say it. Tyler Hero is gonna make the All-Star team. I think that.
Okay.
I think this goes what we were talking about before with the Bucks and Ousmane Dieng, that there's nobody there to be like, he has to be the guy. if Hero plays again, great basketball at that 2 guard spot, possibly the one here and there with Ryan Rollins. I think that he could average a lot of points here. I would say he's the number one option on the Bucks as of now. I mean, who else?
That makes me want to throw up. Seriously. But no,
do they move him at the deadline? That can happen too. But I feel like, yeah, he could possibly make an All-Star team. And I think that this is,
and let it be known, this is former All-Star Tyler Hero that we are talking about.
He's done it before.
Could happen. Yeah, I like this take, especially considering he's playing on the Bucks, and that's who we root for. So that would be just a nice, real spark of hope. I think if he does get an All-Star nod, we would extend him or keep him, whatever the case may be. The issue with him and this happening, I feel like, just to be skeptical, he's not the best when he is the number one option. I feel like he is clearly thrives better when he has a better supporting cast and he's not being asked to be the number one scoring option. And I feel like a lot of that burden might be placed onto him here. But there are options like, Ryan Rollins and Braden Burries are going to take that ball out of his hands more. That's really it, because everybody else on our team is awful. But yeah, I like it. Let's do it, Tyler.
Yeah, why not?
For Milwaukee, baby.
For Milwaukee, get them fists going again.
Yeah, let's
fight.
Yeah,
fight for the Bucks. All right.
It makes me so unexcited I haven't been like this unhappy to watch Bucks basketball in a long time.
It's such a pain.
So for me, Tyler, because I hate you, please.
Who knows?
Make the All-Star team.
Yes, do it for Andrew Wojcik.
And me, us, but like not together, just
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. With that, your second hot take.
The Houston Rockets will be a play-in team.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't even
to a playoff team,
right? So they will finish outside of the top 6.
Okay.
I think. And personally, I don't even think this is really a hot take. Like, these guys are just trash.
Yeah.
Straight up, I'll be honest with you. Their team is, I said, and quote, discombobulated. It's all built around KD, and KD's getting really old, and clearly, as we saw last year, does not want to be associated with any of these guys that he's playing with. Reed Shepherd is too small. Amen Thompson isn't good. Sengun sucks. Ime Udoka sucks and doesn't want to coach anybody who isn't Amen Thompson. So everybody is kind of getting worse while everybody ahead of them.
Don't worry, they got Fred VanVleet back.
Yeah, and that will genuinely will help them. Like, he was supposed to be their point guard and was hurt last year, but it's not like getting Fred VanVleet back. And I don't know how old he is, but he's in his 30s, off an Achilles tear or ACL tear, whatever. You take your pick. They're both awful. Yeah. Really old to be coming back from. I wouldn't trust it, and I think their team is just a recipe for disaster, and it's going to be really, really bad.
Oh, I like that.
I feel like they had their window to go and build around Sengun and Thompson, and then they just shit it away.
Again, 2 seasons ago, I think we said this last episode, I think they should have pursued Giannis a little bit more. Not saying Milwaukee denied them or they didn't, but still, I feel like I don't think they were willing to give up Thompson. Would you trade, Amen Thompson for Giannis? Like, obviously,
looking back at it, it depends on when they would have done it. Like, for this year,
yeah,
100%, yes.
Well, yeah.
Looking back,
the Bucks were. I think they were more interested in Jalen Green. The Bucks were than Sengun, which is crazy to say.
I don't want any of them. Let's not do business with Houston. That all sounds awful.
With that, I guess I'll move on to my next one then.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Right. So,
yeah, I think the Wizards are gonna make the
playoffs. So like
top 6 seed.
Like, they'll finish top 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Sure.
I think that Trae Young goes back to icy Trae Young, and then Anthony Davis stays healthy. AJ DeBonsa's there obviously now. I think their bench is very underrated. I think they have a nice.
I think it is now.
Yeah. Like, Chris Middleton came back. You have Trey Johnson. You have Bilal Coulibaly. There's one more guy that I'm forgetting.
It's not as good as I thought. You just listed those names off, and I don't know.
They're still young. They can take that leap. Where I feel like they've already played enough basketball where they can be that guy. I can look up the Wizards roster.
Yeah,
but still,
finishing top 6 seems a little bit much for me, but finishing with a playoff appearance, I feel like should be expected from these guys.
Cam Whitmore, Alex Sarr.
Oh, I forget
Will,
he
Will
plays
Riley
there.
is
Yeah.
actually not too bad.
Will Riley's
Bub
shown some
Carrington.
promise. Yeah.
So Kaishan George, like
Yeah.
they have the pieces. I feel like they could.
This is correct. Yeah. Very plausible. I think a lot would have to go right for a top 6 finish, but they'll definitely get play in action. And I think with their roster can easily roll out the ball and win 2 games and get a seed.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I think, definitely should be able to. And there hasn't been exciting basketball in Washington.
There hasn't in a
for
very
really
long time
time.
since
So
John Wall and Bradley Beal. Gosh, and Marcin Gortat.
that was a great, 2016 and 2018 of those guys was
bro. It was fun.
peak.
Yeah, that was a good time. But all right, with that, your third NBA hot take.
Yes, my third hot take is that Mikal Brown Jr. finished his top 3 in Rookie of the Year race.
Really?
So he had 17, 4, 2, and 3 stocks, which I thought was really impressive through his play in the summer league. Which, and granted, it is just the summer league, and I usually don't judge what is going on there too harshly or like make assumptions based off of what I see. But he's going to have the opportunities to do it. Their team is really young, and they just took him, 6th? So they're going to start him, or he should be starting. And Jordi Fernandez, their coach, hasn't really had the floor to go and like show that he is good because his players are trash. But that's not his choice.
It isn't.
I think what he is running, like you can see that he knows what he's doing. So now that you have more young talent in there and Julius Randle, and you re-signed Michael Porter Jr., just have like names in the building. You know what I mean? Like that's something they struggled with even until this past season. So I think they're going to be really better all around, and he should be able to keep those 2 morons I just listed in check who just want to shoot and not pass. So
you'd think they could turn around, but again,
you would hope, right? So. Yeah, and they're not like they're just going to be garbage again. So you might as well let them go and get it. You know
why
what
not? I mean, yeah,
I don't know. I feel the worst about this take. I think out of all of them.
Okay,
but but that's why they're hot takes. They're not takes.
This is
Yeah. So
these are hot takes again. Yeah, I honestly can see that for sure. It'll be tough though, but I guess with that I can move on to my.
So your third take.
The Raptors go back to the conference finals.
Yeah, I like this one, because I would really like for that to happen.
If the Kawhi trade falls apart, completely wipe this away, but I don't think it's going to. So with that, Kawhi Leonard's back in the Raptors. We've seen him do it before.
Yeah.
We've seen him take a team that was not supposed to win the finals and go win it. You beat the Sixers in 7 on one of the greatest shots of all time. If the Raptors can let Kawhi be Kawhi. And this is not Clippers Kawhi. I feel like if I want him to be Raptors Kawhi, I know he's older. I know this has been.
I mean, if we could get last year Clipper Kawhi, that would be pretty nice. But
yeah,
I understand what you're
like.
going for.
Yeah, I feel like with Clippers Kawhi, it was more of a not as a. I mean, yeah, he's the number 1 option, but I just want you got nothing to lose, dude. Like this isn't a Clippers team.
Toronto's like in between made up land for him. Like, just go win.
Just
Nothing
go do it, dude. Like I just want to see that again, and I feel like I'm reminiscing over this, but like I really just want him to take this team.
No, I do too, because he is definitely one of my more favorite players ever, like from watching and growing up. So for him to be able to go back and do that would just be really impressive.
100%.
So, but then this means they're playing in the second round. Likely, they're going to be able to beat the Knicks, Sixers, or Boston. You're assuming you think they could? I think they could. It would be
Boston. I think easily they could beat Boston.
I think that would be the easiest for them to figure out of the other 2.
If the Knicks don't play as good as basketball as they did last season, I think that possibly.
Yeah, I think they probably will. So
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. I hope they can do it.
I know.
So let's spice up. I want to watch the same shit again.
Yeah, why not? All right.
Yeah. 4th one,
Gillian.
My 4th take. Is this next one your last one? Because I just said that last one was your 3rd, and I forget if
that was my 3rd one. So this is your 4th.
Perfect. I think Colin Knippel will be an all-star.
I love that.
Yeah, I think the bar in the East is really, really low for this to happen. So I thought from last year, the guys that I highlighted as like the weakest options were Norman Powell, Jalen Duren, and Siakam. And I think Siakam's nod will leave once Halliburton comes back, unless they both make it, which is entirely possible. But I feel like this year it was clear that he's the number one guy on this team, so he's going to be the guy who gets the nod first. Jalen Duren is trash, and Norman Powell I don't think is ever going to be an All-Star again.
No.
So I feel like if not this year, the next year, but he definitely could, and I would be really, really impressed if that was something he'd be able to pull off.
No,
if
I
he
love
keeps
that.
ascending, like I feel like he has exceeded expectations for me at every level. I didn't expect him to get drafted this high and then to come out and be first or second or tied in threes made. It was him and LaMelo, 1 and 2, I think. I forget who was 1 or 2. I think he might have been 1. So to come out and lead the league in threes your rookie year, and then to assume you're only getting better, like I don't know. I think it's really, really plausible to be able to do it.
I think what it is for me is that we are talking about a guy that was in the same league as us, the same graduation year as us. Only lived about 45 minutes,
couple minutes away,
a couple of streets away from us. Not that close, but yeah, the fact that we're talking about a guy that went to Duke, became one of the best players on the Duke roster, excuse me, and then became, like you said, a lottery pick. Almost wins Rookie of the Year against his former teammate, and then now is the number 2 option on probably
assuming playoff bound team. Yeah,
that is awesome. Congrats to Con Knebel. I mean, he's worked hard for this.
Wisconsin guy. Yeah, really close to us guys, so I'm gonna back him.
No, easily. So yeah, no, I love that take though. I think it's a great hot take. But I'm gonna one up you here with this one.
Okay.
Cooper Flagg, All NBA second team. Yeah,
now
we're getting into spicy stuff. All right, Cooper Flagg, he wins Rookie of the Year after basically not being number 1 the whole season until the end of the year. We absolutely went by I can't even think of the word binocular. No, I'm not saying binocular.
He went binocular. Ballistic.
Yeah, ballistic. We'll say ballistic.
Sure.
Boom, big boom. Cooper Flagg, I think, is going to be this next generation's close to. Gosh, who am I going to compare him here to?
Say it.
I'm not going to say LeBron. No.
Do it, man.
LeBron James. Cooper Flagg is going to be the next generation's LeBron James.
Well, I don't even think that's crazy to say. Like, he was on track with all this hype so far. It's only been 1 year.
Yeah. But I think that he's going to be a dog. He is crazy. He can do it all. We talked about this at the very start of the episode, how he's those top dogs that can slash, that can shoot the 3 ball, that can defend, that can do it all. And I'm only going to say this, he makes the second team if Kyrie stays and is healthy the whole year. Because again, I feel like you also have to have a good team to make the NBA.
Right.
Teams all first and second team,
especially being as young as he is.
Exactly,
I think he's going to need the best supporting cast that he can get.
And I'm not saying that the Mavs are going to compete, but I think if they can at least get to that 10th seed play-in team, I think that's a great way. And Flagg's got to average like 25 points per game, even. And I think he could. 100%. I think he could. So yeah, I like Cooper Flagg. I know I kind of shouted a lot.
No. Let's get excited about it.
I'm excited for Cooper Flagg.
So All NBA third team this past year was Tyrese Maxey, and these are positionless. So does that help? Do you think definitely helps? Third team was Tyrese Maxey, Jamal Murray, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, and Chet Holmgren. Assuming the best. That's a very clearable bar, I think, for year
third
2
team.
Cooper
Flagg.
Second team is where it gets dicey because this is Jaylen Brown, Kawhi, D. Mitch, KD, and Jalen Brunson. KD and Kawhi, I feel as though have the highest chance of dropping because they are the oldest, so I feel like they're just going to decline the most. Makes sense to me. Yeah, screw it, man.
Why not? I honestly think if he takes a giant leap, which he should.
It's proven to be there. This last year was just really jarring and bizarre for Dallas. And now they have everything was in the air. Now they have new coach, new ownership. They just need to figure out what direction it is that they're going now. So I feel like that's still up in the air. But
And I mean, even then, like we saw with Wemby, I mean, he took that young jump, and a lot of the times we haven't seen that with younger players because I feel like it takes way longer compared to like the NFL,
Hmm.
where it's like, okay, second year, those guys are already starters. They're I can put Jameer Gibbs for an example.
Yeah.
He's already starting running back, and 1,000 yards in a season. Like you just don't see that, and I feel like you see it a lot more when it comes to rookies, but when it comes to the NBA it takes a little bit. It takes 1, 2, 3, even 4 years. You're out of that rookie contract, and
Hmm.
then finally you're taking that that All
Yeah.
Star leap. But I think this is different for Flag. Again, I mean, I put him right up there with all the other guys that should be the next generation of stars in the league, including this past draft class. I just hope he does it. But yeah, no, I think that this is my hottest take. This is the only one that
Okay.
because I did go. Okay, do I want to say second or do I want to say third? Because there's a clear.
Let's make
there's
it
a
as
line.
hot as possible. That's why we're here.
NBA first team. Yeah, no. But yeah, Cooper Flag, All NBA second team.
Heck yes.
Yes.
My last and final take here. Ja Morant will be on another team by the trade deadline.
Really?
Yeah, I do think so because this move makes no sense.
sense.
Like
There's
it
too many
should be
guards.
Dame, Drew, and Scoot. Or actually, it should be Ja, Drew, and Scoot. I feel like Dame is the odd one out here personally. Like I get it's this big homecoming in Portland
Yeah.
or whatever, but he is 35 coming off of an Achilles tear. So I feel like he has the most speculation, maybe is how I would say, about what it is that he can bring to the table this
Mhm.
year. Unless like, and how much faith do you have? Like, do you think he's coming back off of this injury and
Talking about Dame or
immediately
Ja?
Dame and coming back to where he was just at with us? Like, I just feel like there's no way.
There's no. I feel like I agree because I feel like even when he was in Milwaukee, it wasn't Portland Dame. It was there was
Yeah,
and yeah, you had Giannis, so you can whatever
Sure.
take your takes in that. But again, it felt like there was the flashes of Dame dropping 35 or in that first game ever as Milwaukee Bucks
Mhm.
against the Sixers. He's phenomenal in the playoff game. He dropped 30 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
We could talk about this all day long about Dame, but again, like you said, he's 35, he's aging, coming off an Achilles injury. You're on a 1-year contract with the Blazers. Probably that's why they brought Ja in because it's
Yeah,
like, okay, are you that confident in Dame, or is Dame saying, okay, I'll come off the bench even?
that is how it would have to work to make sense.
That's how
to me,
I
if he
see
comes
it,
off
yeah.
the bench as the 1 or the 2,
Mhm.
because like I don't know. But getting back to the Ja Morant part, like I'm just kind of pretty much out on him. Like it was fun while it lasted. He publicly said a few seasons ago that like he's done with the dunking. Like, bro, that is what you do. That's what you've made your career off.
When
I don't understand how you can just go out and say that. And I feel like any hope that we had with him should be gone. I feel like when we talk about Ja in a positive light, it's this kind of what we remember from what is now 4 seasons ago. He's gotten statistically worse every single year. I obviously am hoping that he gets better. I just really, I don't see it personally.
And that's why I feel like out of all the moves that have happened, and there's been a lot of moves this offseason.
Right.
This one's been one of the most forgettable moves. And I feel like that just kind of makes a name for itself right there. Because it's like, okay, yeah, Ja can be a star player. Will he be a star player again? I'm leaning more towards no.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. I honestly think this hot take is more of a take because I feel like this is no offense at all, like, at all.
You're
but
good.
like I feel like that's more of a certainty that he could be moved again, or even he just doesn't have a starting spot. And he just is not the same kind of player. So
he's got a lot of proof.
he does, which is
That's
crazy
where
to
I'm
say
at.
at the age of 28 or whatever how old he is. So, anything else you want to say more about Ja?
No. Yeah. Let me just figure out how old he is.
I think he's 28.
What are we doing? 26. So even worse, actually. Well, like better if you're an optimist.
Yeah.
Worse if you're.
I guess he can
Keeping it real.
He can turn it around in 4 years. Yeah. All right. I guess with that, then I will go on to my final take, and I think the Golden State Warriors are going to trade Steph Curry. With the signing of Draymond Green for $27 million fucking dollars, I just don't understand what the Warriors are doing anymore. Curry, I mean, yeah, he's been one of the best players that we've seen growing up. 2016 Curry will never be forgotten. I mean, he's not dead, but like feels like it is. Winter Soldier Curry was
Gone,
crazy too.
Forgotten.
But like we've seen this guy do everything. We saw him do it in the Olympics as well. Like he's the best shooter of all time. And I just think that it's tough seeing this from a fan aspect of the Warriors aren't, repeating anymore.
Right.
This is the back end, and Steve Kerr said it correctly last year. We are a fading dynasty because at the end of the day, you are.
They've been fading for a while.
Yes.
I've been out. I feel like since the year after they won the chip.
Yeah.
I've been kind of out on them, like as really competing as a threat because they just proved to do nothing.
Mm-hmm. And I think with that too, it's tough because again, you draft James Wiseman thinking he's going to be a great player, and he just never turned out. And then you had a few stars here and there come along. Jimmy Butler now. It's just this Warriors team needs to move on. I think Curry needs to move on again. Like this is the back end of your career. You got probably like 4 years max left, not even.
Where should he move on to?
I think if it makes sense, would it be cool if he went to the Hornets? Like let's say that the Hornets aren't working out by the trade deadline, and they're like, you know what? Your dad played here. You go there, you bring back a point guard.
Any level of Stephen Curry, I would take. So he's in the last year of a 2-year, $136 million extension. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing is correct. So whether he gets traded or I think if he gets traded, the Hornets they could do it. It's just a lot of money. In my head, I was thinking Miami, but I don't know how.
I like that with Giannis.
That is
they've been talking
a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, then let's just say that the Sixers trade Tyrese Maxey.
that would be a crazy fumble. Actually,
I feel like if Maxey doesn't perform, you move him because the Warriors would benefit, and then let's say Steph Curry's playing out of his mind. Imagine that, Killian.
And then Daryl Morey loses Executive of the Year. I can't imagine. That's just such like, I don't know. That's a lot.
It's a lot to think about.
It's too much for me. Keeping it real.
But yeah, I think that it is time to move on, and I think I agree.
I agree.
But I said before, I think this is more of a take. I think it is time to rip the Band-Aid off.
I think him getting traded. That is a pretty hot take because it just feels like nothing is going to happen. But I think the take or whatever is that he's got to go.
Yeah.
It's not crazy to say that anymore, honestly.
Or, I mean, if he really wants to retire as a Warrior, play, because we don't see that like at all anymore as players stay on the team. And I thought Giannis was going to do it.
Yeah.
We're here now. I was thinking about this when you said talking about Dame Lillard.
It'll probably be him. It's going to be D-Book. But it's like, who gives a damn? You know what I mean?
True. Respect to D-Book, honestly. I love D-Book. We'll never
Same boat, should be gone.
Yeah. But like I was thinking about it earlier with Dame, like it's crazy 2 years ago, like the Bucks had Damian Lillard and Giannis and all these players, like we were competing as a top 4 seed, and now but that is irrelevant to this conversation. So yeah, Curry, I think it's time, buddy. So yeah. I guess with that, Killian, I mean, do we got anything else more to talk about?
No, I just wrapped it up with that yawn. I feel like I don't have anything else to say. I could think of something.
We gave a shout out to Aiden Marlette. Who else do we want to give a shout out to? You said your cousin last time.
We did. No one asked really.
Yeah,
shout out Spencer Jones.
It's a good one.
That's it. That's all I have to say because Denver matched his contract.
Will they trade Payne Watson, you think? I think now you have to. Oh, they wanted 2 first-round draft picks from him. That's a great way to end this episode. What the fuck are you guys asking for?
That means no. That means no.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right. Well, with that, I was Brett McNamara. Alongside me was Killian McNulty. This is M&M Sports, episode 4. Yes.
Yeah. Dude, with no problems.
We did it!
Let's go. Oh my God, we did it!
I feel like Jason Tatum. Oh my God. All right. See you guys.
Bye.